going on, everybody? It's the Indoor Hunter, and we find ourselves on Mississippi Acres once again in search of a diamond alligator. Now, for those of you that don't know, I've spent ages looking for a diamond alligator. Alligators just so happen to be one of the most, how do I put it, annoying, if not downright difficult animals to hunt in the game. That being said, Emerald Coast has been released with an update and a touch of love from the developers towards alligators. So let's get out here and see just what has changed, if they're any easier to hunt. Their populations have been reset, and I haven't been here since that, so we could find something new today. Already, we have a level 7 gator that we're probably just going to shoot with our 308. I do have the 454 with me. We discovered that during our hunt on saltwater crocodiles, that it's a pretty effective gun, but we'll stick to the long gun because, of course, it's out there at range. But in the patch notes, it says that alligators will spend more time on land, which is great because 9 times out of 10, whenever I was grinding for them, they would always be in the water, and the likelihood of you actually hitting one while they're in the water is basically zero. So I'm kind of excited, and hopefully we see a lot more alligators than we normally would. I still have my grind set up for alligators, so fingers crossed we get some good luck. These things are still incredibly difficult to actually take down. I'm not sure if I made a good shot on him or not, to be honest with you. He is dropping in health, though. Now, they've claimed to finally have fixed the fact that whenever you shoot alligators and they go in the water, just like this guy, and they die, as you can see there, he is floating. In the past, that may or may not have happened. They tried fixing this before, and I actually made a video on it, and it seemed to be working at the time, but I think what they were actually talking about is when you make a vital organ hit, regardless of weapon, it takes them forever to die, and then they go into the water, and once that happens, and once they sink away and you can no longer spot them, they're gone for good. I think that is the mechanic that has been fixed. I guess we'll see. In theory, that should have been a good shot. He was a little bit out of range for this pistol, but felt somewhat confident in that. His health is dropping. Big 8. Now, they've also included in the patch notes saying that alligators will now grow so aggressive, kind of like saltwater crocodiles. Haven't seen that happen yet, but I'm kind of curious to see what happens. I know the saltwater crocs were absolutely terrifying whenever they decided to want to munch on you a little bit. And I have to mention, I mean, so far, every alligator that I've shot, I've been able to 100% successfully harvest, which is pretty nice. We can see here that first shot was rather poor, and then the second shot we double-lunged him. Again, I'm confident that when at the proper range, at least at a minimum as far as defense goes, this 454 does work. As you can see, through the front there, we were actually managed to punch through all the way into lung. Wasn't the best. We were at 113 meters, of course, 75 meters being its effective range, but it still had that oomph to punch through. Whoa, hello, Mr. 8 Mythical, that's aggressive. Hey man, I don't want any problems. This is terrifying. You just got jammed. Hopefully that'll be a good shot to end him there. And are we getting attacked by another one? I heard more splashes. Maybe it's just him. That was insane. Okay, so that's going to make hunting alligators much more interesting because that was completely unexpected. I happened to hear some splashing, looked around, and he just kind of jumped out of nowhere. So that's pretty cool. And after that, this is exactly where I don't want to be in alligator-infested waters. Hopefully we can get across this somewhat quickly. I'm not sure the damage potential that they have. I do know saltwater crocodiles can hurt you pretty good. And once again, 454 just doing work. I'll say this, I am definitely seeing a lot more gators than I'm used to seeing. This has got my hopes up as far as finding a level 9 sooner rather than later. And that was actually a pretty decent shot. We managed to slot that into the neck there. I'm getting a little bit better at doing that. But I'm liking what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a lot more alligators. Normally you'd see like 2 or 3 per run through, and it was just a nightmare slog fest. But they're definitely out and present, and seemingly every once in a while they'll come to you. So far I've discovered quite a few new need zones, and unfortunately we're not getting lucky as far as initial respawns go. I haven't found anything big, no rares, and you know, it is what it is. I was really hoping we'd get lucky. We've still got a few more spots to check out, but it's not looking good for our diamond alligator just yet. There we go. Unfortunately, it's not an alligator. Haven't seen too many more of those. That being said, it has been a lot easier to hunt them. I've seen way more than I used to in the past. A typical run through, I might get 5 or 6. This time I've gotten probably 10 or 15 per run through, and that just tells me we're going to be getting our diamond alligator much sooner rather than later. I hope you guys enjoy this video. I'll see you guys in the next one.